Rush 102.7 loves bringing you guys new music and introducing you to new artists. Now, these guys have been around for a little longer than a year, and they're getting bigger every single day. So I know they're going to blow you away today. So I want to introduce you to the guys right now, American Authors. Enjoy it. You guys do come from four corners of the United States, right? Yeah. So we have Dave from New Jersey on bass, Matt on drums, or in this case, acoustically guitar case.
Yes.
I love it.
From Texas.
From Texas, I didn't forget that. I told you that upstairs. And Zach, as I get lead singer and guitar.
Yeah.
And James. Wait, Zach is from Minnesota, originally from California.
Wow, you know it all. Yeah, right on. I get no applause for that.
Anybody in Minnesota? Think about what we've been through weather-wise. He is pro at it.
I still don't believe the polar vortex is real.
And James from Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah. They're giving me a sympathy applause, like, oh, yes. You did it. Where's Tallahassee? Is that near Miami?
It's because it's cold here, that's why. You need to
Yeah.
get the sun over.
I think it was the sympathy thing. How'd you do this last couple of weeks in the, well, you're used to it, but...
Well, you know, we've lived here for a long time.
Yeah.
How long?
Well,
We've been in New York for about 3.5 years, and then before that we were in Boston.
Not long
so.
if you're born here, but
Yeah. Well, we've been in New York for a while now.
long enough where, you know, this is our home now.
26 years for me, I mean.
Well, what I love, this, I don't want to tell your story, you guys are better at it than me, but these guys, if I'm right, formed at Berklee College of Music in Boston.
Yep.
Right? Which is an amazing school. And how did you guys get together there?
We well, what it was I was the president of the Songwriters Club at the time,
Nerd.
and James, it was James's first semester, and he walked through the doors. We were doing like a club expo, and you know, the light was beaming down on me, and he was like, "Who is this sexy man?" Right there? Let me go say what's up to him. He, you know, made sure his eyebrows were straight.
Yeah,
and he
it's
said,
all true.
He went deep voice. What up? And then from there, we, you know. But then, you know, Matt and I had been playing in projects a little bit before that, and then
you tried to pick me up at a party. I had longer
Dave
hair
had
back
really
then, you
long
thought I
hair
was a
from the
chick.
back.
So he tapped me on the back and was like, "What's up, baby?" Whoa!
Well, hey, by the end of the party, we were looking for a bass player and just brought him on.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. No, actually, Dave hit me up on Facebook before he came to school when Facebook was still new, and he was like, "Hey, I like the kind of music you're into. Let's be friends."
I was like, "Who's this handsome guy? What's his deal?"
And then we never hung out. But...
Dave was a stalker.
He was a stalker.
He really was.
Original
It's funny
Facebook stalker.
because me and him we had a class together for a whole semester. He sat right next to me, and we never said a word to each other until Zach was like, "I know this guy with long hair," and then he came to the first practice, and I was like, "Oh, hey."
See, I knew he was in my class. Just kept on.
But then we still didn't talk in class.
I just knew him by the sound of his voice in my ear training class. It was just, it's like, who is that guy?
So did you guys ever pay attention in class? Or
yeah.
did the Berklee College of Music actually make your career, or is just going there and meeting what happens?
Pretty much we went there and we met each other, then dropped out. So.
Yeah, we all went and majored in different things, but you know, the cool thing about us was we went with the same idea to meet other like-minded musicians to form a band and to play together.
Right.
So then once we started kind of writing and recording and you know, booking our own tours and whatnot, we decided to focus on that full time. So we dropped out, moved to Brooklyn, and then about 2 years ago formed American Authors.
That's awesome.
We learned a lot of great stuff in college, though, so it was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
So many people ask questions about that place, and that's great. So Leah, where are you? There she is! It's an important one. Who's single?
Oh man, none of us. Sorry, you know. Yeah.
Trust me, a sensitive subject for us, too. No, I'm just kidding.
You have to edit that part out, what you just said, please.
Well, here it's really funny because I read this the other day that you guys all live in the same apartment in Brooklyn, in the Bushwick section. So it's been 3 years living there?
Yeah.
All
Over
together?
3.5, yeah.
How's that work with
It's our first
girlfriends?
apartment in New York.
And you're still there?
Yeah, we're still there.
Do you guys fight over food?
No. I eat out every meal, so I don't cook.
Are you like all home at the same time?
Never.
Not really.
We're in the same city usually, but
Yeah.
New York's big enough to get lost in, right?
Yeah, definitely.
completely.
I think, you know, when we're usually so excited when we get home from tour and whatnot that you know, we'll kind of run off with different friends or different things, and we're always staying busy in the city, so we don't really spend much time here. But
So you're not on top of each other. I always wonder that when I'm playing.
then
your
we
song.
definitely are. It's a tiny little apartment.
Yeah, Matt lives in the living room.
It's nice.
I live in the closet.
But don't worry, we put up a nice little, you know, we blocked it all off with like a sheet from a bed, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all good. Gets a lot of
nice.
privacy.
It's like living in a college dorm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus the dorm. Minus
college.
The walls.
Minus the meal plan.
That's the big bummer. So you're on tour a lot. Can you tell us like what's the craziest thing that happened to you on tour? What are some of the cool things that you've seen and done?
Wait, while we're playing music or outside, you know, like in our free time?
While you're on the road across America, you know, doing your shows.
One day we had off in Seattle and I went skydiving and my parachute didn't open.
Were you tandem with another
No, I was
instructor?
AFF, so I was by myself. I've been a few times before. It was a very scary moment, and this is a pretty crazy road story. So you know, you think you pull your chute and you're like, okay, good. No, wait, not good. I'm still going super fast. And I looked above me and it's still in a big ball, and so I just reached my hand up and I actually pulled it apart myself. And it was pretty crazy,
There
you
was
know.
no one that could nearby that could fly and catch you.
I called for Batman and Superman.
You're looking at us over here right now, being like, you're never doing that again.
But you know, then it seemed to go all right after that. I was a little nervous. So then when I got down, I got right back on the plane and went up and did it again. Because you know, if you leave that situation, you know you're going to be scared forever. So you just kind of jump right back into it, get it done, and then you're like, all right, where is the nearest
I'd
bar?
be scared forever.
Yeah, I'd be scared forever, and I'd leave it at that. Call it a day.
I wouldn't even do it the first time, personally.
We're always having fun adventures, though.
Who have you maybe toured with or met? I mean, still you have to be a little bit of starstruck when you meet some of the other artists that you see on the road, play with.
Yeah, we did a show with Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Was that cool?
Yeah, I met, it was like before the show in the daytime, and I ran into Nick Carter in the steam shower at the hotel, so I was like, I swear this is a Backstreet Boys. So we both get into the locker room, and I say to him, how should I start up a conversation with this guy? And I go, so how about that steam shower, eh? But he was a really cool guy, so.
We also met Jacob Dylan, the Wallflowers.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was really
big
cool.
fans of him.
He's a cool guy.
And now you're going on tour very soon. This is all just coming. This is all unfolding. So you want to tell us about that? That's awesome. Who are you going on tour with?
Just a few small bands.
Yeah, we're going on tour starting at the end of May with One Republic and The Script. So we'll be on tour with them for a month. We're really excited.
And the brand new album.
Comes out March 4th.
That's right. Are you going to be on Ellen next week, you guys?
Yes.
Ellen? I had the date. I'll get the date.
So I started zoning out for a second because I was thinking about something totally different.
There you go. Now you know what goes through this guy's mind during the
No, I have to say this in this moment. You know, I told you last time we met, but 102.7 is actually my favorite station, and whenever we're driving in New York, this is not a joke. Whenever we're driving around, that's #1 on my playlist, my little button, and I always listen to it. And it was really cool because I was actually listening for like when they were like fifth caller, and I heard a couple people
Win the contest?
win the contest, and that was a really cool moment.
And I know that's a true story because we met backstage at our Fresh Fall Fest, and you came up to me and said, "Oh my God, you're Karen Carson! I listen to you every day." And I'm like, "I play your song 5,000 times a week." So I really did. First time, because you guys were in the Lowe's commercial, and you've been used in so many cool ESPN sports, and you're going to hear more. And I wanted to just, I don't know if you know this, but the New York City Marathon, it was played at the start, and people call us all the time because it was such an inspiration. I mean, that's a huge moment, and oh my God, it makes me cry every time I hear it. So it was also there. I didn't know if you know that, but we can't do this evening without asking how you got the name American Authors. You got to tell that story for us.
Sure. Yeah, so an author isn't necessarily someone who writes a novel or a book, but it's someone who tells a story through written words. So we consider ourselves authors telling our stories through our lyrics. And then the American part, going back to how we started the interview, talking about how we're from all different parts of the country. So we take our backgrounds and our stories and our experiences and put them together to tell a story for you guys.
What was that about?
We actually have a lot of people, aspiring musicians and singers and songwriters. Can you just one by one tell us, when did you know you were going to play guitar? How old were you when you started to get into music? And what do you think, Dave? How old were you?
I was younger and a little kid, my dad used to blast the coolest Motown music in our convertible, our little convertible. We used to drive around, and I knew then I just kept on shaking in the seat, and he was like, calm down, calm down. And it was just like, I was just loving the music, and I was loving it all. And then I started listening to all sorts of pop radio and recording with my little cassette player. Then I finally said, Mom, can I please play something? She's like, yeah, sure, I'll get you a guitar. And I was like, no, I want to play something easier. 4 strings, please. Just want to play something kind of cool, but not like, you know. I ended up learning a little bit of everything, so.
Nothing too competitive.
Nothing too competitive.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It hurts the fingers, the guitar, when you first start. It hurts.
It was rough.
But look at you now.
Yeah, I can now play guitar and bass guitar.
And now, Matt, when did you start tapping?
I was 8 years old. My best friend at the time, he had a drum set, and I would watch him play. And it was kind of a thing where I really wanted to do it. You know, like I saw him do it. It was very inspiring. And I sat down behind the drum set, and immediately just started playing the beat. It was like very,
you had the rhythm?
very, very natural.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I played differently because you know, like drummers play like cross-handed.
Yeah.
Well, when I first started, I played open-handed, so it was like this. It actually really looked strange, but yeah. Eventually, I got lessons and corrected that.
And then you can do beatbox. There you go.
Yeah,
Love it.
and now instead of a drum set, this is all I play.
And you
I've never seen you actually with a drum set yet.
That's true.
And now, Zach, what about you? When did you know you had the chords to sing? I was wondering that about singers. Really?
Singers, yeah. My father was he was a jazz guitar player, and he also he built guitars as well. So he built me my first guitar when I was pretty young, like 8 years old or something like that. And then I kind of started singing and writing music in 7th grade. And then 9th grade, when I started high school, that's when I joined choir and kind of realized that, you know, writing songs and singing in a band was something that I wanted to do professionally.
That's awesome.
I knew I was going to play banjo about a year ago when I found it underneath the bed.
That's true.
I pulled it out and I said, I will play this thing. I play guitar all my life. I played guitar since I was 10 years old, and I know ever since seeing seeing Michael Jackson and song Dirty Diana, the video, where he's like rocking, I was like, I want to be doing that.
That's awesome. And those can be used as weapons
Yeah.
in New York if you have to.
I carry them around. We do live in Bushwick.
You guys are good. And you're all
It's
It's like a makeshift Wolverine.
Yeah, it's very threatening with somebody with a gun or knife. I see finger picks on them, they go running.
So, but seriously, is this like how old were you when you started that?
A year ago.
I forgot how talented you guys, and you all are great singers. So I know you have another song for us.
Yes.
All right, American Authors, everybody.